Justin Bieber's Grammy performance. Great marketing or humiliation ritual? First and foremost, let me say that Justin Bieber sounded absolutely amazing. Flawless performance, flawless vocals. I give the man his props. What I am talking about seems to be something that was out of his hands, or power, I should say. I don't know if it's true or not. It's just my perception and what I saw and perceived. The first thing was his wardrobe. He came out in silk boxers, boots, silk socks, and a guitar. This is all he had on. No shirt, no undershirt, no. I didn't even see any jewelry, to be honest with you. I might be mistaken, but I didn't see any. And there was also on the stage a mirror facing him. And I'm going to talk about that mirror a little later on. But I like to look up the meaning of things. And the name of the song that he performed was called Yukon. And Yukon stands for Whitewater River. All right. And I also looked up the lyrics to the song because, I didn't get too much from the meaning of the word Yukon in addition to what I saw in the actual performance. I looked up the lyrics to the song, okay? And the song is basically a love song. I don't know if he's talking to his wife or former girlfriend or whatever the case may be, but after the performance, his wife did this hand or this T hand gesture. The new T hand gesture when you tap your thumb and your point index finger together. But it was made to look like a love song anyway, to her, because the camera kept panning to her. But there is one line in the song that stood out to me, because I was just looking through the song trying to see, okay, what's the correlation between the Yukon and the lyrics and the performance, right? And one line in the song, it says, "What would I do if I didn't love you?" And that line to me, it makes it seem like the person that he's loving is his only option. All right. And I have heard stories about Hallie Baldwin, which is his wife, being his handler. That's not my perception or my viewpoint. It's just things that I have heard based on all the things that Justin has been going through and how he has been looking. And people were just saying that she's his handler. So with all of that together, just made me think a little bit deeper about this performance and her being in the audience and the camera continuously going to her, as if the song was, written or directed towards her. Back to the actual scene of the performance, right? He has a mirror facing him while he is half dressed or half naked or exposed, all right? The word I want to use is exposed. He is exposed. And nakedness is often associated with shame. So for me, I saw shame, and I'm going to tell you why. Because during this whole performance, I did not see Justin open his eyes. And the fact that the mirror was facing him, but he wasn't looking in the mirror. He wasn't even looking at the audience. He wasn't looking at anything. It just seems like he was afraid to open his eyes to see his own reflection. And if you know anything about demons, sometimes they don't like mirrors. They don't like to see their own reflection. And I'm not saying that Justin is a demon. I'm just saying that he might have seen some things, or there are some things in him that he doesn't like that might be out of his power, and he did not want to look at himself or look at his reflection. And the fact that there was a big old mirror on that stage with him while he is half dressed, which also is associated with shame, and the fact that he didn't even look at himself, or he couldn't even look at himself, those things really stood out to me. And I don't know what you all think, but those are just some of the things that I saw. And I have started to look so much further into pretty much everything that I see, because I know that we are so much deeper in us in the spiritual realm. If we just open our eyes, we can see so much more. Sometimes we ask for things, we ask for meanings and definitions, but sometimes if we just close our mouths and open our eyes, we'll get the answer that we're looking for. Now, the other part of this is the great marketing that this could have possibly been. Now, Justin Bieber has a new clothing line called Skylar, right? And I don't know if you all remember, but back in the day, Justin Bieber was actually a underwear model for Calvin Klein. You know, he was a really good model for that. And now he has his own clothing line. And so the boxers that he wore to the Grammys were supposedly of his own clothing line, you know. So some people were saying, okay, well, was this a great marketing tool? Which of course it was, because he's wearing his own, you know, brand. However, there are other things on this line. He has slides and tennis shoes and some other things as well. But for him to just be in the boxers was quite interesting to me. And maybe that's what he wants the highlight of his clothing line to be. Maybe the focus is on the boxers or the underwear. But I just saw so much more in this. But that's my take on it, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you think this was just great marketing, or something more, something so much more and deeper? And if you're familiar with what's going on with Justin, or what has been going on over the past few years, especially in the wake of the Diddy trial, his name coming up often, and other substances that he might have been on and things of that nature, and just seeming to have a difficult time over the past few years for whatever reason. I'm not sure of the specific reason, but you could tell that this man has definitely been going through some things. So I was really happy to see him on stage performing, and he sounded absolutely amazing, y'all. It's well worth the view. And you let me know what you think about the things that I have pointed out: the mirror, the just being in the boxers, the not opening his eyes, the guitar. And the last thing I want to point out is his closing segment of that performance. When he is done singing the song, he leaves the stage. Then he comes back to the stage. He presses the floorboard to cut the music off. He puts his guitar down, and then he leaves the stage for good. And I got such an eerie feeling from that, because it just made me feel like, okay, I'm coming back. You know, I gave y'all something good, but now I'm putting it down. I'm laying it down. I'm laying this talent down, and I'm leaving for good. That, I'm not saying that this man is retiring or anything else, but this is an insight video that I am making from my perspective and my views of that performance. And that's what I saw at the end. It made me feel a little uneasy and a little sad, to be honest with you, because Justin is a great talent. And I hate to see when anyone goes down a road that they don't intend to or want to go down, or when people are shamed or humiliated. I that's just not my thing. I don't like it at all. But anyway, enough about that. You know, that's my perception about Justin Bieber's performance. Let me know what you all think.